What's going on YouTube? This is professional Madden player T Davis, and dude, Madden 21 has released worldwide. It's here. It's Madden season, baby. I couldn't be more excited, and in today's video, we're breaking down the top 5 tips to master the passing game on offense. There's a multitude of different ways you can beat your opponent. We've seen so far the defense, the meta defense is man-to-man, but this video will also break down how to beat zone, a lot of different things you need to utilize in order to be successful on offense here in Madden 21. If you guys like this tip and want to see more tips or pro player gameplays as well as ebooks, make sure to hit this video with a like, subscribe down below, hitting that bell so you're notified when I do drop all this fire content. Comment down below your thoughts, what other tips you want to see, what other formations, playbooks, gameplays you want me to break down. Just let me know in the comments down below what you want to see as far as me for content in Madden 21. Don't forget to watch me play live on twitch.tv/TDavisBrand. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Fridays, usually between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m., and then occasionally on the weekends for some weekend leagues. I also have an ebook dropping soon, coaching lessons. Check all these things out in the link in the description below. Make sure you're following me on Twitter, on Instagram, all my social medias, all that stuff you can find down below. I appreciate all you guys' support, man. It's going to be a big year. The support has been amazing, but that's it, guys. Let's jump into today's video, the top 5 tips you need in order to master the passing game in Madden 21. The first thing you guys are going to need in order to have a successful passing game in Madden 21 is having good man beaters. In Madden 21, the man coverage defense is insane, and a lot of players are using the man defense like cover 1 press or 2-man under to start the year. It's been the meta formation in the first few days of the game. So in order to beat that, we're going to need to find some routes that do beat man. And I'm talking about routes like slants, posts, crossers, and even corner routes. So looking at this play first, we're in mesh post, and you want to be in compressed sets as well. Formations like bunch and tight always do better versus man because the receivers can run crossers and run into each other and really mess up the defense. So in the play mesh post, we have this post route to circle or B on Xbox. It's one of the best routes to quickly beat man-to-man. Something I like to do here is just motion stills over on a slant like this, and now we're going to have 2 routes in the play that really beat man with the slant and the post. As you can see, the post gets wide open, torches his man. We'll go ahead and run that one more time here. Going to motion over the slant, and we're going to have the slant post combo, and we're going to have both routes absolutely destroy man. As you can see, Kenny Stills gets wide open for a big play against man-to-man. So we want to have plays like posts, and then another play we like is crossers. So as you can see on the play wide receiver post here, we have circle or B on Xbox on this crossing route, and these crossing routes are absolutely tremendous versus man. Route running is important, but you want to have that speed for this route because the route running will win the initial battle, but the speed is what will get you to the sidelines with that burst. So once again, we're using that motion slant, which is something you really need to use in order to beat man-to-man this year. Use that motion slant, and as you can see, we have both routes just absolutely wide open on the sidelines, so we can pick and choose which one we want to throw to. We'll run it again here, motion slant, crosser. And as you can see, both routes just completely torch the man-to-man defense. We'll go ahead and take a look at the replay. And as you can see, look at just torching man. We want to utilize motion to get that extra boost off the line. As you can see, we don't hike it before we hike it before he sets, so he gets that boost right here. Boom, right there, he gets that extra speed boost, and he's off to the sidelines. And that crossing route just gets so many yards of separation here. With all that speed, we have Wolf Fuller there. Then even a post like over here with Brandon Cooks can get open as well. If we had one-on-one, we could be able to throw that. So you want these posts, crossers, slants, any routes that have quick cuts to the sidelines or to the middle of the field. You want to go through your playbook and find things like this. As you can see here, skinny posts, we have those post routes. We go to bunch. Bunch has plenty of them. Deep attack. Stick with corner, quick sharp cutting corner routes, mesh post with post routes, deep corner. So all types of plays here that have these quick corner routes, bench swap, and then you go to something like spread, PA comebacks, where you have the deep post, and then those smart routed in routes. When you have a deeper dig route or in route, those are really going to be effective versus man as well. So you want to scatter through your playbook and find these routes that'll beat man-to-man defense because that is the best defense so far in Madden 21. The next step to mastering the passing game in Madden 21 is to be able to flood zone defense. We went over how to beat man-to-man defense. Now you need to be able to beat zone defense because users will mix in coverages. One way you want to do that is by flooding zones to the sidelines. I really like to look for plays with good corner routes, like this with triangle, I like to just streak square or X on Xbox to the outside, and then I'll drag my tight end. So as you can see, we're going to have a little flood concept here to the left side. If they're playing back in purple coverages, curl flats, cloud flats, any zones that play more towards the back, then you want to hit that drag underneath. If they do have underneath hard flats and they're playing these drags, that's when we'll be able to hit them with the corner out deep down the sidelines. So you're kind of just reading the defense and seeing what the zones do, and we're going to throw it to the opposite one. So as you can see, looks like we had both right there, but it kind of played back a little bit onto the corner route, so we're able to check down to the drag. Let's go ahead and run it one more time here. We just want to drag our tight end corner route to the wide side. You always want to utilize spacing on the field too. Know where you are aligned, because you want to always attack the wide side of the field. So let's go ahead and check it out again. Looks like here they kind of bite down the drag. We're able to throw that corner out down the field on the sidelines. Let's go ahead and take a look at the replay. So attacking field, using the field vertically and horizontally versus zone, and using spacing is one of the most important things you can do when wanting to be successful versus zone defense. So as you can see, we had the drag here because this guy was kind of in the middle of nowhere. He played no man's land. So we could have had the drag underneath, but we had that little area and little pocket there on the sideline to throw that corner out. And that's what we want to do. We want to flood zones and attack those zone coverages, make them make a decision. You want to look for plays in your playbook that have some good corner routes, some good flats underneath them, or mixing a drag from across the field going over to the corner route play. So some plays that I like personally are in compressed sets, things like bunch and gun tight. For example, I like to play stick here. As you can see, first cover 3. All you have to do is really streak the middle guy, and you're gonna have a flood concept here to the left side. You read the defense, boom, they're biting on that corner out. We're gonna be able to check down to that drag for an easy 5 to 6 yards. If they would have played down in a hard flat on that flat route, we're gonna be able to go over the top to that corner out on the sidelines. Another thing you want to do is something like a deeper corner out if they're playing something like cover 2. So they're gonna have cloud flats out there where it's gonna kind of play the flats pretty well. So you want to have a little flood concept deeper down the field with a deeper corner out, and then that streak in the middle that really distracts the deep half from the safety over there, and you're going to be able to throw that corner out once it passes the outside corner's cloud flat. As you'll see here, right there, we wait, he passes, he's got all that space on the sidelines for an easy gain, a huge big play, and they're really going to have to force to react and make some adjustments on defense. The next tip to master the passing game in Madden 21 is going to be get you some receivers with some good route running and some good speed. There's a huge difference this year in the receiver skill set. For example, take a look at Julio Jones versus Laquan Treadwell. Julio Jones, one of the elite receivers in the game with elite route running and good speed. As you'll see here on this C route, he's going to absolutely torch man right here, and you're going to throw that easy completion every time. We'll do it one more time here so you can see the separation that Julio Jones does get on this route. All day long, you can throw that versus man coverage because Julio Jones is one of the best route runners in the game. So now, let's go ahead and flip the formation so we can run it with Laquan Treadwell and see how he does versus man-to-man. As you can see, he gets a little step, but it's a very difficult window to throw that. He's not going to be able to get a good completion, and it's a very risky pass. We'll go ahead and run it one more time. This is one of the better routes versus man-to-man coverage, so that does help it. But as you'll see once again here, the coverage is much tighter than it would be on someone like Julio Jones. As you can see, it's an incompletion. So that route running plays a huge dividends in your offense. Let's go ahead and run this post route to Laquan Treadwell again and see if we can see the same thing. As you see, he gets some good separation, but he's not able that's a very risky pass. As you can see, the defender kind of catches up to him. We'll go ahead and do it one more time. So he gets an initial beat right there, but then the defender will start to catch up. It's going to be a very risky pass. And obviously, Washington does not have the best coverage defenders. So if you're going up against someone in Ultimate Team with elite corners, it's going to be very difficult to complete that pass. Let's take a look at it versus Julio. As you can see, he just gets about 5 to 6 yards of separation on that post route. And that's automatic. He has the abilities, he has the route running, he has the speed. That's what makes him so good, and that's why you need these elite receivers on your team if you want to beat this man coverage defense that's so overpowered here in Madden 21. For the next tip in how to master the passing game in Madden 21, you want to be able to utilize your halfback in the passing game. Routes like slip screens, option routes, angle routes, All these things, wheel routes, are what you need in order to beat the defense here in Madden 21. As we know, man defense is very overpowered. So utilizing some routes like the Texas or angle route out of the backfield with a guy like Christian McCaffrey is very beneficial. Now, Christian McCaffrey does have the route apprentice ability at running back, so he's able to get some extra hot routes. Or you could use a quarterback in MUT that has Hot Route Master to do it. Or you could just find some plays in your playbook that have these angle routes or option routes in order to throw the defense off balance. As you can see here, these angle routes with a guy like Christian McCaffrey just absolutely torches man-to-man defense. And usually, you're going to have a linebacker or sometimes even a safety matched up with Christian McCaffrey or your running back out of the backfield, which is a complete mismatch. And taking advantage of these routes can be really good in opening up other things for your offense as well. As you can see, the angle route or the Texas route just absolutely torching the defense. We'll go ahead and check out the option route now. And an option route has been a very popular route so far in Madden 21 early on, as it's going to beat man-to-man to the outside. So we have that angle route to the inside, and now we have the little option route to the outside. Terrible throw there by Bridgewater, but as you can see, he's getting about 2 to 3 yards of separation, and we're just going to pass lead that to the outside. And as you'll see, McCaffrey there with a nice catch, and we're going to be able to turn it up the field. So those are the two main routes versus man-to-man coverage. Now let's take a look at my favorite route versus zone coverage, and that's going to be the halfback wheel route out of the backfield. These are going to get in little pockets within the zone defenses, and you're going to be able to throw that right there for a possession catch. As you'll see here, I'm going to wait till they clear, and then I'm going to throw it right there every time. The zones won't play this route. They're going to have to user guard it, so it's very difficult for the defense to stop. So I like to mix in these halfback wheels a lot in my playbook, and you can find different wheels in the game. I like these shorter wheels that kind of turn up the field quicker. As you'll see here on a play like mesh post, it's going to turn up the field really quickly, and we're going to be able to get him in that little pocket. But all wheels are viable in this game. They're really good. They stretch the defense to the sidelines, and mixing those in versus zone and man as well can be very beneficial within your offense. Also, be sure to mix in these halfback slip screens here in Madden 21. In my opinion, they are almost OP this year in the game. They are so good. They're going to be able to beat every coverage, especially if your opponent starts to blitz you a lot. You're going to be able to slip these out there to a guy like Christian McCaffrey, and you're usually going to have a one-on-one situation, or sometimes you'll just have no one out there, and you'll be able to turn it into a big play. So you obviously want some good speed and route running out of the backfield with your running back, but these screens are so good. Look at all the blocking we're going to have up the field. Then you just got to make 1 or 2 moves, and you're going to be able to make a big play. And they're a great mix-in on second or third and long situations when you're trying to get yourself back into the play, if you have a lot of yards to go. As you can see, sometimes they don't have anyone out there, and we're able to get an automatic 8 to 10 yards. And sometimes, if you make a move or two, you can take that all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. So once again, as you can see, we're going to have about a one-on-one, two-on-two, and it's usually never going to be a loss. That's the one thing that I wanted to point out is it's usually never going to be a big mistake. You're usually going to be able to have a big play or at least a 2-yard gain. It's never going to be a loss unless they start to use it. So this is a great mix-in. Using the halfback out of the backfield this year is a great component if you want to be successful in the passing game. Putting it all together, in order to master the passing game in Madden 21, you really want to be able to scheme everything together and make your offense look the same, but have multiple different plays or routes you can go to keep the defense off balance. So for example, we're in this Trey Y flex formation, and we want to do multiple different plays, but make everything look the same. And my favorite thing in order to do that is to use motion, and use motion on every single play. So for this play dagger, we're going to utilize the motion slant here, and then we're going to have the backside crosser and the backside dig route as well on this first play. As you can see, that crossing route gets wide open on the sidelines, Tyreek Hill. So you always want to make everything look the exact same, but have multiple different plays. So we did dagger. Now let's go to the play SE corner, and we're going to utilize the same motion here, but I like to streak square on the outside and motion over triangle on a drag. So we're going to have a flood concept back to the left side, but we're using the same motion so it looks like the exact same play as we just did. As you can see, we're just going to check down to the drag underneath. Incomplete, but you get what we're trying to do here. We're trying to make everything look the same. Let me go ahead and run that again. Going to have this flood concept to the left side, using that motion again. Keep the defense off balance. So they think a crosser route's coming from circle, but actually it's a corner route on the sideline to Tyreek. So that's the second way you can do it. Another play that we can make look the same, just an inside zone. You can audible down, but we're going to utilize the same exact motion so they think we're passing. But what we're doing here is building a scheme. This is one of the easiest ways to build a scheme, is just to have multiple different plays in the same look. Then you can go to a thing like a slip screen. Same thing, motion over the slot receiver. Now we're going to have that extra blocker here on the right side for our slip screen to the running back Damian Williams. So now we've ran 4 different plays now, and everything looks the exact same, so the defense can never know what's coming and really keeps them honest. Once again, utilize the same thing. One of my favorite plays is this levels corner. We're going to have a flood concept to the right side, and we're going to have a backside in route in case we want to check it down like this. So we're going to have multiple different ways to attack the defense, but by using this motion, the same motion every time, we're building a scheme, and we're able to really distract the defense and not have them know what is coming, which makes it so hard for them to stop us. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe down the channel below for more pro player gameplays, tips, ebooks, and much more content. Hit that bell so you're notified when I do drop all this content. Watch me play live on twitch.tv/davisbrand, and check out my ebooks and coaching sessions down below in the link in the description. Hit this video with a like and comment down below your thoughts and what you've been doing in order to master the passing game here in Madden 21.